Okay, so the first card you have your past is Temperance. And this is actually one of my absolute favourite cards. Everyone says, oh, but I thought you'd like the Ace of Pentacles. Of course I like the Ace of Pentacles. But I love this card because it's all about alchemy, which is like getting out of one situation or seeing you're in one situation, using what you have to get out of that and go into another situation. It's like rising up. I really love this. So yeah, rising up, creating a new life. And I think you did that. You created a new life for yourself. I think you're in one situation, you created a whole new thing. That's what I'm getting here. I'm also getting a feeling of escaping, wanting to escape. I don't know where that comes from. It doesn't seem like it goes in with this card, but I'm just getting that. Escape, I'm escaping. So, okay, so there's a little bit of stress here I'm seeing, and I think this is from your past. I think this is what you've gotten out of. I think you might have had some stress around you when you were growing up, maybe. I think that's what you came out of. I'm getting some kind of, it feels like a stressful family situation, or it might be a parent that brought you a lot of stress when you were growing up. So if that's you, what I'm seeing here is you really rose up out of that. You broke the mold. I'm getting that. You broke the mold. You know, there was a certain way that things were done, I think, and you completely got out of that. You didn't use them as an example to follow. It was like you used them to kind of say to yourself, well, I'm not going to do that. And it's not like everything was terrible. It's not like everything was wrong. But there are a lot of things that you really disagreed with. And I think you do things a lot differently now. And you've been really successful in that. I think you've really learned a lot. I think you've really moved forward from that. And sometimes it doesn't feel like that to you, I think, because I think you have some memories of what has happened in your past. I don't know if it's I don't know how serious this is, but it just feels like you get this feeling. I think you get flashes of memories sometimes. That's what I'm seeing. Flashes of memories coming in of things that happened to you. And it's a little bit triggering, I think. So, you know, if this is you, if you're getting these flashes of memories and you're getting this horrible feeling and you're like, oh, I remember that, it was horrible, just use them to remind yourself of how far you've come, because you've really broken the mold. And I just keep on seeing that. You've broken the mold, you've broken the mold. You really have done that. So just remember, that's not an easy thing to do. It's a really hard thing to do. And I think your memories are just reminding you of how far you've come. So just use that to think of it in a positive way if you can. Other people are around this as well. I'm seeing other people around this, maybe siblings, other family members. I think there are a lot of people that are still caught up in this old mindset. But that's absolutely fine. You know, different things suit different people, but it doesn't suit you. So you've moved away from all of that. Now with this, yeah, I'm seeing this escape again, this escape. So I think this might just be specific to a few people. It feels like, right, I'm just getting away. I just want to get away. I'm escaping. That's what I'm getting now. And it feels like an escape to somewhere completely different, really far away, might even be another country, because it feels to me like completely new surroundings, completely different, very, very, very different. So it might be that you're planning to get away. I'm seeing traveling here, completely different surroundings. I keep on seeing that very different, different landscape, different sounds, maybe different language. So if you're planning to move somewhere that's totally different like that, if you're planning to move to another country, or if it's very far away or something, it's definitely going to happen. I'm seeing that very, very clearly here. So you might have already had this escape. If you're planning this, you're going to be able to do this. I'm seeing a lot of enriching your senses. It's like you're going to be somewhere, you'll be smelling things, hearing things, languages, surroundings. Wow, my senses are really enriched. It's really, really different. This is so different. That's what I'm getting. Really kind of exciting, a little bit scary, but really interesting. So really, really good. I really hope that's what you're doing, because if you are doing that, if you are planning on an escape to somewhere and it's really different, that is absolutely going to happen for you. That's what I'm seeing there. Okay, so the next card you have, you pass the Two of Swords. Yeah, this is about stress. It's about this family stress, I think. I'm looking at this in the Ten of Wands together, so I'm going to talk about them together here. So, yeah, this is this stress. Again, it's around your family. I'm seeing that again. Family, old family stress, very old family stress. It goes back a long, long way. I'm seeing stress around a house. So, something to do with a house, a family home, or something like that. So, maybe someone was stressed in their work, in their job, and maybe the stress was taken out on the people around them. Maybe a house was lost due to a job loss. It might have been that, and there was stress around that. But someone was very angry. I think that might be what happened in your past. Someone was very angry. I'm seeing that. And you have these flashes of memory of that. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting. Now, I think you are going backwards and forwards a bit in your mind, because I think, you moved on from all of this, you got out of this, which is what I'm seeing in the Temperance card. And I think someone might need your support now from someone in your family. It might be the angry person, might be someone else. But you're getting this kind of, this is what I'm getting, these two minds with these two swords. One's on one side, one's on the other side. And you're kind of thinking, or you were at this time, oh, I have this horrible feeling when I have to go back there, when I think about going back there, but maybe someone needs my help. Maybe that's what I have to do. So you're going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. And I think when you do go back, when you do find yourself back in this old atmosphere again, it's a huge struggle for you, because I'm seeing lots of triggers, lots of problems. So, I think deep down sometimes, because you've got this big stress around you, you just want to drop this whole thing, like this man in the Ten of Wands. He really looks like he wants to drop all the wands. But I think some kind of resolution has to happen here. I think you know that, because you're really split in two minds. You're like, oh, maybe I should help them. I don't want to. I feel horrible. On the right hand this, on the left hand that. So it's kind of like that. So I think this resolution really has to happen inside your head and inside your emotions, because you can't really change people. People are angry, people are whatever they are, but you can't change them. You can only change the way you feel, and you can only change the way you react. So that's what has to change. I think what's happening in your heart and in your head. I don't know how that's going to happen. I think if you keep on thinking about this, because you have been thinking about this, obviously, that's what I'm seeing here. If you keep on thinking, and, if you meditate on this, if this is something you do, I think eventually you will find some kind of practical solution to this. It might be that you see people on neutral ground. You don't go back to that home, or you don't go back to the old ground or the old area, or whatever, where you feel bad. It might be that you see some people and not other people. You meet them somewhere. It might be you see them in small doses for short times or something. I don't know. But whatever you decide, the big thing I'm getting here is make sure you think about your own health first, your own emotional health, because I'm getting a lot of triggers here. And you've risen out of this, you've come really far. And I just don't want to see you going back again, or slipping back again to those old thoughts and getting those horrible feelings again. There is a happy medium here. It's somewhere between the two. It's somewhere between never seeing them again and feeling horrible, or seeing them all the time and getting caught up in the stress again. So somewhere in the middle is your answer. So just keep on thinking about this. And if you don't meditate, I really think you should, because it really helps. Okay, so the first card you have for your present is, the Moon. Okay, so again, lots and lots of things in your head, and that's what the Moon card's about. It's about overthinking, worrying sometimes. Sometimes it can be nightmares, things like that. And, I think you've had some setbacks over the years. I think you've been rising out of the situation, but you've gone backwards and forwards a few times. And that's natural. It's not a linear process coming out of something. And you've come out of the worst, because look at this lobster. The lobster's coming out of the dark water, and you've come out of the worst of this. So, really think about how far you've come. That's what I really want to emphasize here with you, because you might be thinking, oh, I haven't come that far. oh, I still get these feelings. You've come really far. Please remember that. Please remember how far you've come. And please remember how hard it is to come out of something like that. You've done that. Okay, so there are a few other things I'm seeing here in this card as well. A few different things. I'll talk about one small thing first. There's a small thing here. It's a little bit of a misunderstanding, I think. Yeah, it looks like a simple mistake to me, actually. I think there might be someone who's blaming you for something. Okay, I'm seeing numbers. I'm seeing numbers around this. So it might be something like a missed phone number, or you gave someone a wrong number, or something about numbers. Maybe it's a wrong address. Maybe you sent maybe you sent a gift to a wrong address. Maybe you gave someone accidentally a wrong address and they sent it to the wrong place. It's some misunderstanding. It's some logistical misunderstanding. It's a simple mistake, and I don't think it's your fault. That's what I'm seeing. But someone thinks it's your fault. That's what I'm getting. And, you might not know about this yet. You might not even know this has happened. It looks like whoever this is might not be telling you, because I'm seeing a kind of, this can be about secrets sometimes as well, and keeping things to yourself, keeping things in your head. To me, if you've got a problem, just say, but, I'm Aries, so. But yeah, it's all going to come out. It's all going to come out if it hasn't already, probably in the next few weeks, I think. Whoever this is, they're an indirect person. That's what I'm seeing. They're not telling you this directly. So you might hear about this from someone else, but you're going to be able to sort this out. I just wish people would be direct. I really hate it when they're not. But yeah, you'll find this out sometime. And, if someone's being a little bit off with you or a bit funny with you, if they're not talking to you or they're kind of being a bit strange, that might be what this is about. But you'll find this out. Don't worry. It's all going to come out sometime. And then you'll be able to say, look, it's a simple mistake. This happened, and then you're going to put you're going to be able to put a line under this after that. But if they just told you, you'd be able to. Anyway, I won't go on about that. So the other thing I'm seeing here is this is a bigger thing. Someone's really, really, really struggling. I think they were struggling over the holiday time. They weren't alone. I think they were with people, but they felt alone. I'm getting this feeling of, I feel really alone. I feel all by myself. I'm just looking at this moon. Look at the face on the moon. Very down, very, thoughtful, not very happy looking. So this is how this person was feeling. I think this is an ex. I think this is an ex-love connection, a past love connection. This is very strong. I'm picking this up very strongly. This person regrets a lot. They have a huge amount of regret. This is the saying I'm getting. You know that saying? You don't know what you have until it's gone. That's what I'm getting around this person. They regret what's happened. They have a lot of regret about not appreciating you. And they're just realizing that now. Very sad, very, very sad. They wish you were there over the holiday time, and you weren't. Maybe you were there last year or something, or the year before, and you're not here with them this year. That's what I'm seeing. I think you're really generous with this person. I'm seeing a lot of generosity here. I think you help them out. But it's not just giving them things or helping them or something. This is very, very thoughtful generosity. You're very thoughtful. I think, for example, when you gave them a gift, you were very thoughtful. When you helped them out, you really thought about what they wanted. But sadly, for them, it's too late. They're appreciating it now, but it's too late. It just looks too late here. Very sad. I think there might actually be new love around you. Sorry, I just touched the microphone. I hope that didn't make a noise. So, yeah, there's new love around you. I'm seeing that very clearly here. Or you're thinking about someone new, or you're talking to someone, or your heart's with someone else. That's what I'm getting. It's definitely not with this person, but they wish it was. They really wish it was. That's what I'm getting there. So, yeah. Very, very sad. Okay, so the next card you have your presents, the King of Wands. Okay, so there's a sequence here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about these two cards together as well. So the first thing I'm seeing here is Yeah, expect to return, expect to return, expect them to come back. At the moment, it still looks like, they're just in their head, they're still in their head, they're still stressed, they're still upset, all of their emotions. That's what's in the moon card. So they're in the moon card right now, that's where they are. And I'm getting a distance here as well, physical distance. So I don't think when they contact you, it'll be face to face, because it feels like you're physically apart. You're away from each other for some reason. You know what I'm seeing here? This is specific, but I'm going to say this. This is what I'm seeing. I think something happened between you, and this was the start of the end of things, if that makes sense. I'm seeing something happening on a special day, like a birthday or a holiday. I'm getting this, trying to patch things up. So I think you were trying to patch things up on this special day or holiday or whatever it was, birthday or anniversary or something, or maybe you're away on a holiday. And you tried to patch things up, or they did. And maybe you took some time away to patch things up. I don't know. But things got worse. I think they went in the opposite direction. And I keep on getting this feeling of not feeling appreciated. So maybe you realised that, or they did, at this special day or this holiday. Something happened at a special time. And I think that was it when that happened. And everything went down after that. That's what I'm seeing. So I think when they're able to get out of this mindset in the moon card, this really emotional time, then they're going to start to be a bit more like the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is sitting there. He's kind of thinking, he's plotting, he's like a king, and he's in charge of an army. And he's saying, I need to lead this army into war or whatever it is, but I'm strategizing first. I'm thinking about all this first. So that's what they're doing. They're going to be plotting, thinking. They're going to be thinking things like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to speak to them? How am I going to approach them? All of that. So just watch out for that. They're thinking, or they're going to be thinking, planning. I don't think it's going to get them very far, but just be aware of that. They might come back again. And with the Wheel of Fortune, you've got this jackal. I'm going to move it up so you can see. So you've got this jackal, and you've got this snake coming up around again. And they're coming up around to you again. So this is about this person coming up around to you again. And you're at the top like this Sphinx. So you've got your sword up, you're guarding yourself, and everything's telling me you're just going to say no to this. Everything here is telling me you're going to say no. I'm not saying they're a snake. I'm not saying they're a jackal. But they're coming around again, and you're protecting yourself. If you can hear a noise, like music or something, I'm really sorry. That's coming from next door, and it's really bothering me. But I'm not going to stop this reading. I'm going to keep going. Every little noise bothers me. I'm really sorry about that. So there's something else I'm seeing here in the Wheel of Fortune as well. I think you've had a lot of job ups and downs, or business ups and downs, or something like that. Something about your work, your money, ups and downs. Not just in this past year, but I think in the last few years you've had a few problems with that. There's definitely study around this as well. So maybe you're going to be training or learning. Actually, it might be that you're teaching. It might be that you're teaching someone. I'm seeing a big international kind of feel around this. Maybe you're going to teach people from different countries. Maybe you're teaching languages. I don't know. It's interesting because I was seeing an escape in the Temperance card, and I was seeing some kind of travel, international travel in that. So maybe you're traveling. I don't know. It might be that you have a lot of people all over the world learning with you or from you. Maybe you're doing something online. Maybe you're teaching online, because that kind of fits in with people all over the world listening to you or learning from you. And I'm looking at this sky as well, and these characters are around the edge, and they're sitting in the sky and they're reading. So the internet makes sense. That fits in with things coming through the air and learning that way. So it might be that, might be traveling, could be a number of different things. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about it. Could be this, could be that. I could go on forever. But whatever this is, it looks really, really good for you. And it looks like it's going to set you up for years to come, actually, because I'm seeing one big lot of hard work, learning, things like that. And that sets you up for the years to come. And it's going to financially set you up as well. I'm seeing that as well. So I really hope that makes sense. It's really, really positive. And you know what? You deserve this, because you've had so many work problems with this Wheel of Fortune. It's been ups, downs, and now things are going to start to go in a really good direction for you. And once you start on this wheel turning around, it's not going to stop. So years and years to come ahead of this are going to be set up by this wheel turning around in the right direction. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, because it's really, really good for you. Okay, so the first card you have for your future is the Six of Wands. Absolutely fantastic. So this is coming after the Wheel of Fortune. So you're going in the right direction, things are turning around in the right direction, and now you've got this victory card, and this is around work as well, I'm seeing. So it's going to be really good for you, really, really amazing. And I'm seeing a lot of people here, because I was seeing maybe you're teaching or something like that, it might be that. So with this card, that fits in with that as well, because there's a lot of attention on this man. He's going through this parade, everyone's watching him. So a lot of people are going to be looking at you. So yeah, it might be that you're online teaching people things or something. It might be on YouTube even. Whatever it is, a lot of people are going to be noticing you. I'm seeing a lot of eyes on you, actually. Lots of eyes on you. Now, obviously this is a really, really positive card. This whole thing looks really positive. But you know, if you've suddenly got all these eyes on you, it can be really hard to get used to sometimes. Yeah, it's a little bit like, you know, when people suddenly become famous, whether that's in acting or sport or whatever, it can be really hard for people to adjust to that and get used to that. Now, I'm not saying you're going to suddenly become hugely world famous. Well, it might be that, because I'm seeing international things. So it could be that, I don't know. But I think even having a small number of people watching you all the time, it's just something that takes time to get used to. Believe me, I know all about that. So a lot of internal adjustments, because I'm a very shy person, and doing this for me was very, very difficult. It still is. I still get very nervous. I get nervous with the attention on me. I know it's hard for people to understand, because I've had people say, why would you be nervous? You know, you're just recording, it's just your voice and whatever. But I do. And that's just who I am. So there is a bit of adjustment that you're going to have go through, an internal adjustment. See, I'm feeling nervous when I'm thinking about it. I'm trying not to think about it. Yeah, more breaks as well, I'm seeing. There's a lot of exhaustion here. It's a fantastic thing, but I think you're going to need more breaks as well. So, you know, that's just a couple of little downsides to this, but there are a million upsides, a million fantastic sides to this. This is very, very, very good for you. So, you know, I don't want to discourage you, because it's really fantastic. Okay, so again, sorry about that music. It's distracting me, but I'm going to keep going, because I don't want to do the reading again, and I don't want to edit anything. I never do that. I just go right from the start to the end. If something happens, I've had sirens, I've had mad things happen in the middle of readings, I just keep going, or I try. Okay, so the next card you have, you futures, the King of Pentacles. So yeah, again, work success, that's what this card's about. Financial success, this is really topping it all off for me. Big financial success here with this work thing. And I'm going to talk about this in the Two of Pentacles together. So, because I'm seeing a few different things where they go together here. So yeah, financial success, pluses. The pluses in this work thing are way, way, way more than any of the minuses. And it's going to set you up again. I'm seeing this setting you up for years to come, because this king set himself up. You know, he's in a place where he doesn't have to worry about his money. I'm not saying you'll never have to worry about money ever again, but things definitely, they're definitely going to be a lot easier for you than they have been. I'm seeing that. Now, there's a bit of competition around this. This is some kind of an industry or some kind of thing where it's quite competitive. It feels highly competitive. And I've seen a lot of people, a lot of recognition, a lot of eyes on you, a lot of eyes watching you. I think you're also going to have a lot of competition, and the competition's also going to be watching you. And maybe that's why I was seeing YouTube here. It might be that, because you do have a lot of competition watching you. And I mean, that's not a bad thing. I mean, there's a good and a bad side of that. And the King of Pentacles, he's naturally competitive, but he's a very fair person. He's a very fair, very stable man. So you're fair when you come into this competition, and some of the other people are fair as well. But of course, not everyone is. No matter where you go, no matter who you are, you're going to come across these kind of unfair people that try and knock you off. They see you as the King of Pentacles and they're like, nope, nope, no, I'm going to try and knock you off your perch. I don't want you up there. So that's what I'm seeing. So watch out for that happening. A little warning here. And I hate seeing these warnings because I don't want to put you off this, because it's a really fantastic thing. I want you to do this, but I keep on getting these little warnings. So, I have to say, and I think what's going to happen is you'll come up against this competition and you'll have to practice really keeping your composure. See the King of Pentacles as your role model in this. When you're dealing with this competition, whatever you do, don't let anyone turn you into this man in the Two of Pentacles. Remember who you are. And remember that you're the king. You're not the Two of Pentacles. You're the King of Pentacles. That's what you've got to remember, because I'm looking at the two together. And, if you look at this man in the Two of Pentacles, he's really unsteady. He looks as if he's out of control. He's trying to balance things. And the reason why he's like that, the reason why he's out of control and why he feels like that, is because he doesn't feel good enough. He doesn't feel as if he's good enough. He's trying to make himself look bigger than he actually is. He doesn't feel good about himself. Look at his hat. It's designed to make him look bigger and taller. You don't need that. You don't need props. You don't need anything. You're good enough as you are. So just remember that when you go into this thing, there's lots of competition around you, and people are going to try and make you feel as if you're not good enough. You are good enough. If you weren't good enough, you wouldn't be doing this. Trust me, you are good enough. So just remember that. Remember who you are. Remember you're the king. You're not the two. You're the king. And you can absolutely do this. This is an absolutely fantastic thing that's coming up for you. I want you to do this. When this opportunity comes up for you, say yes. It's something to do with learning, something to do with reading. It may be something to do with the internet. It's something to do with something international, something that's all over the world, talking to people from different countries, teaching them, something like that. So that might give you a clue into what this is when it comes in, because I want you to see this opportunity and I want you to grab this opportunity.